You ought to be able to pass this test.
It's just a test. You had to pass when you became a teacher. You can pass it again.
I cheated.
I'm in love now, Matthew.
So am I.
I don't get it. What's the problem?
I can't keep my hands off you.
So far, that's a problem I can live with.
The boy fished.
Fished! Say it!
No!
I'm going to squeeze you like a piece of fruit.
Oh, you can't stay tonight, Harry.
Should have set the alarm this morning.
I did. You turned it off. Oh. What's wrong with you?
I think I put on your underwear by mistake.
Get serious, Harry.
I am serious.
I feel awful. I've never been late for a faculty meeting before.
It's for a good cause. Fix your blouse. Hey, I just wanted you to know that this weekend was absolutely wonderful.
Danzig's gonna kill us.
Well, we won't tell him.
Harry, we have got a problem.
What are you talking about? We just spent 48 consecutive hours in passion.
That's the problem.
I'm doing the best I can, Sarah. I'm only human.
We'll talk about it after the meeting.
Right.
It's a political witch hunt, that's what it is.
Agree with that.
We're being made scapegoats.
He's trying to get rid of all the old teachers.
They don't test lawyers for competency, they don't test doctors. Why us?
That's right. Why single us?
It's the minority teachers they're really after.
How do you know that, Ray? Maybe it's a good thing.
Good thing? Testing teachers who've already got tenure?
Well, what about those of us who don't have tenure?
What are you looking for? Special favor?
What are you yelling at her for? She's only asking a question.
It's all right, Matthew. I can take care of myself.
Where he was yelling.
All I'm trying to say is we're all in the same boat.
All right. Hold it. Hold it, people.
What is it?
Let's be civilized. I understand how you feel.
Yeah, right.
This is not fun. It's not pleasant. But the fact remains, it's the law. You're teachers. Like it or not, you ought to be able to pass this test.
Did he say test?
Yeah, I guess we ran out of appeals. Where do you stand on this, Mr. Danzig?
Let's leave my political views out of this. Your best way to fight this is through your union.
I agree with Joe. And I, for one, can't wait to take this test.
Well, go ahead.
Has anybody asked what happens if for some reason we fail?
Quick question.
Huh?
You get a second shot.
And if we fail that?
No pass, no teach.
Yo, I'm not taking it the first time. How about that?
And you'll be dismissed.
Don't bother, I quit.
Hey, Charlie. Come on, Charlie. Hey, wait a second. Hey, wait, what? What's going on?
Oh, you were there, you saw.
Come on, there's more.
Oh, you always think there's more, Harry. Sometimes there is no more. Sometimes things are just what they are.
Oh, you quitting teaching.
No way, Harry. I'm not buying into that.
You calm down, just calm down. You can work this thing out.
Oh, that's a crock, Harry. Save it, all
Just
right?
just settle down. That's what you got me for. Remember, catcher always settles down the pitcher?
Harry, I was the catcher.
I'm making a point here.
What did I do? I just quit my job. I just quit my job.
Hey, don't worry about that. I can fix that with Dan. So you just go back to being a teacher.
You're right. I get so ticked off.
What's the big deal? It's just a test. You had to pass when you became a teacher. You can pass it again.
That's the problem, Harry. I never passed it the first time. I cheated.
It's just that the heating system isn't functioning exactly as I'd hoped, Joe.
Jack, escrow has closed. It's your house now. You own it. If it's broken, you fix it.
Did I happen to mention my brother-in-law is a real estate lawyer?
Twice, Jack.
Here's Joe Danzig. I gotta talk to Joe Danzig.
Hemphill, what do you think you're doing?
I'm looking for the man in charge.
No! The teacher's lounge is off limits to students. You want to talk to Mr. Danzig, you go to his office.
Why do I have to do that when he's sitting right there?
It's all right, Mr. Feldspar. What's on your mind, Roz?
I can't talk here. You think I want the whole world to know my business?
Let's go for a walk.
Hello, Mr. Dan.
This could ruin my life. What if I fail?
Well, don't worry, you won't.
What if I do? I could lose my teaching credentials.
What if I helped you study?
If you would do that for me, I would be in your debt forever.
Don't be ridiculous. It's a professional courtesy, one teacher to another.
Could we meet in the library tomorrow?
Fine. What should I wear? Something casual, formal?
We're just studying in the library.
Yeah, but, you know, we might want to get a bite to eat after we're taking a show. You never know.
Too spicy Polish?
Yes.
Why do I have to know how to read?
I thought you wanted to be president someday. Don't you think the president should know how to read?
Well, he's got all those smart guys around him. They can tell him stuff.
That's not the point, Roz. You have to learn to read.
Well, tell that to Mr. Kazmarek.
Mr. Kazmarek, he's your English teacher?
Yeah, well, he don't teach us nothing. He just sits in the back of the room all the time.
Teaches from the back of the room?
Yeah, I figured you told him to do that so we wouldn't have to look at his ugly face.
No. I wouldn't tell him to do that.
And he yells at us all the time.
Yells too. That's interesting to know.
I don't get it. What's the problem?
I can't keep my hands off you.
So far, that's a problem I can live with. What do you expect? We're having an affair.
You have to speak so loudly, Harry. We don't want the whole school to find out, do we?
I do. I want the whole world to know. I don't understand. What's going on?
What's going on is just sex. It's just raw animal sex.
Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Do you realize we never discuss books together? We never go out. All we do is just get through the day, hurry back to my apartment, and then just jump each other.
Well, it's new. Give it a few years.
Harry. Can we discuss this later, Mr. Barnes?
Certainly, Miss Newhouse.
Sit down, Mr. Levine. Now, who else wants to mangle Shakespeare? Miss and a lady.
The quality of
Mercy. Stand up, Miss Anderletti.
Why does she have to stand up?
Because I said so. Face front, please. Continue.
The quality of mercy is not straight.
What's the matter, Miss Anderletti? It's right there on the page.
I'm trying.
Obviously not hard enough. Now, would you be so kind as to continue reading, please? Eyes straight ahead. Straight ahead, Miss Anderletti.
Cut the crap, Kazmarek. Do you really think The Merchant of Venice is suitable for kids who can barely read as it is?
What would you have me start with, Dr. Seuss?
How about something they can understand? I've noticed you haven't given any homework, Mr. Kazmarek.
Oh, do you really think it would do any good?
Are you preparing the lesson plans, as I'd asked? Just what do you do? Wing it?
I use my years of experience.
You wing it. You wing it. You know something, Kazmarek? I don't like the way you teach. I'm going to keep your file very close at hand.
If you're thinking of getting rid of me, Mr. Danzig, think twice. We both know it's not that easy.
That's true. But then nothing good comes easy. Mr. Kazmarek, don't you care anything at all about these kids?
Let's not make this personal.
Damn it, Harry, why don't you just junk this thing?
Because I can't afford a new one.
Besides, it's salvageable. There's another 200,000 miles in here.
It's your money. Give me the screwdriver.
Man.
Look, this can wait. Let's talk about you. Get in the car. Start her up. Charlie. Get in the car. Start her up. What gas?
Damn you, Charlie. You better start talking. I stuck my neck out for you with Danzig.
Don't say anything. Just let me talk.
Talk.
I found this guy. Professional test taker. I paid him to sit next to me. We swapped exams. That's how I became a teacher.
I don't get it. Why?
I freeze. I lose my confidence.
Oh, that's crazy. Man, you're a smart guy.
Listen to what I'm telling you. I have a problem. I lose confidence. I freeze.
Okay. This is what we're gonna do. Sarah's got this study group. And there's a lot of teachers going. You should go too.
That's not the problem, Harry.
I know. You freeze. You remember when we used to play ball together? You were a 300 hitter.
Yeah, when there was nobody on base.
Right. You couldn't hit in the clutch. We worked on that. You beat that.
This isn't baseball, Harry.
It's the same principle. We just have to build up your confidence.
Oh.
Hey, you be there.
All this paranoia over the test. Frankly, I don't understand it.
So when was the last time you took a test, Mr. Pelsford?
A couple of weeks ago in a magazine. Personality test. I aced it, too.
Ah, see, that was for fun.
Not for me, it wasn't.
Still, things change. You got to keep up with the times, Jack. Now, how would it look if the vice principal failed the test?
Daniel, I have got more important things on my mind than these tests. I have bought a lemon of a house from our illustrious principal.
Pop quiz. What's the smallest form of matter?
Everybody knows that, the atom.
Ah, the quark.
Quark. Right. I knew that.
So you ought to make it to the study group, Jack.
I don't need any study group. All I need is a good night's sleep.
Where's Joe Danzig? I gotta see Joe Danzig.
Mr. Danzig is in his office and he's very busy.
Yeah, well, I'm busy too, and this is something that just can't wait.
No.
Mr. Danzig, no, we gotta talk.
I'm sorry, Mr. Danzig, but she got past me.
It's okay, Roberta. She gets past a lot of people.
That man's crazy, Mr. Danzig, maybe even dangerous.
Are we talking about Mr. Kazmarek again?
Yeah, look at this. He gave me an F. You gotta change it.
I can't change a grade every time a student thinks it's unfair.
He's supposed to teach me how to read. If I can't read, he failed, not me.
Well, that's one way of looking at it.
Now, you gonna do something about it or not?
I'm trying, Roz.
Well, trying's not good enough. I'm losing my patience.
Look, why don't you go on back to class and let me work on it? He's not teaching from the back of the room anymore, is he?
No, and that's even worse. Now we gotta look at it.
In the comprehension passage that you're reading, what word or phrase do you consider to be the key?
The second sentence in the middle paragraph. Love.
Have you ever been in love? I mean, to the extent that you are completely obsessed. Your every thought
It's
is...
completely occupied by one person.
Yes, as if that person alone is the center of the universe.
And no matter where you go,
Or what you do.
I'm in love now, Matthew.
So am I.
Allô, Americaine!
Oh, pardonnez-moi. I hope I am not interrupting.
Oh, Guy, meet Matthew Littman. He's a sub here.
Ah, Guy de Cholette, my pleasure. Drama department.
Guy?
No. Guy. I just came by to tell you that I am performing tonight.
Guy is an actual actor. He's playing Stanley in Streetcar at the 4th Street Dinner Theater.
Why don't you come as my guest tonight?
I don't think so. We've got to study.
Oh, too bad. I am wonderful.
I'm sure.
Well, I go now. Nice meeting you, Matthew.
Nice meeting you, Guy.
Guy. Well, it's the actor's life for...
Is that your boyfriend?
No, he's my roommate. My other roommate, Julie, hates him. She thinks that he's arrogant, conceited, self-centered, vain, obnoxious, all the things I hate in a man.
You're crazy about him, aren't you?
Does it show? Is this the only study guide we really have?
I'll get you another one. Hey, Sarah. Why is it that women always fall for the wrong guy, and the perfect one is right under their
You
nose?
really think they're going to ask that kind of question on the test, Matthew?
No, I'm talking about.
Oh, wrong guy. Wrong guys are exciting, dangerous, elusive, challenging, and your parents usually hate them, which makes it even better.
Well, do I seem remotely dangerous to you?
No.
I'm dead in the water.
Not necessarily. Is this particular guy good looking?
Guy.
Guy?
He's French.
Oh, he's French too. How romantic.
I'm in trouble.
Okay, here's one that should be right up your alley. Dinosaurs.
Watch it, Butterfield.
No, I'm serious now. Now, how many rows of plates are on the Stegosaurus's back?
Stegosaurus, that's simple. 2 rows.
Wrong. Last year, paleontologists updated what a Stegosaurus actually looked like. 1 row.
Who can keep up with these things?
Yeah, it changes at least once every 2-3 million years. I think you ought to make it to Sarah's study group, Jack.
I don't need Sarah's study group. What I need is for Joe Danzig to fix my heating system.
1 week's lesson plans, and here's 6 more for your nightly reading.
This isn't a game, Mr. Kaczmarek.
If you say so. Good night.
Going home already?
Why should I be any different than anyone else?
Have a seat, will you, Mr. Kaczmarek?
I'm really in a hurry, Mr. Danzig.
This will only take a minute. I hate to mention this to you, but obviously you missed the bulletin board on your way in. You have detention duty this evening.
I had detention duty yesterday.
That's right, and you have it again tomorrow.
Now who's playing games?
Not so much fun, is it? Trying to talk to someone who's standing behind you all the time?
Doesn't bother me.
I just started with you, Kaczmarek. I'm going to squeeze you like a piece of fruit.
All right, next question. General knowledge. Charlie, this is for you. We haven't heard from you tonight. 2.54 centimeters is equal to 1 inch, 2 inches, or 3 inches.
Come on, Johnny. I can't answer that one.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know.
That's all right. It's all right, Charlie. We only need 1 out of 3.
Second question. The beginning of economic
I
life.
don't know the answer to that either.
Wait, you haven't heard the question yet.
I don't care. I don't know the answer.
Hey, you're not even trying, Charlie. These are simple.
If they're so simple, why don't you answer them?
Come on, huh? Sarah, hit him with another question.
Give it a try, Charlie.
Come on, hit him.
Which of the following sentences communicates a single...
Stop it. Please stop asking me these dumb questions. Look, you want to ask me something? Ask me how you talk to a girl who tells you that she's pregnant. Or a kid who wants to commit suicide. Or like the other day, a 14-year-old who's on dope. Look, you give me a test that measures what I do in this school every single day, and I'll be glad to take it.
See, the thing is, Charlie and me,
Charlie and I.
Charlie and I, we're from the same neighborhood. We grew up together. I was always looking out for him. That's just the way it was.
Still is.
You know, the first time I met him, we got in a fight. I was always a little bit bigger and older than Charlie. So things started going my way, and I didn't want to lose face. You know, there's a lot of guys around there. So I got him in his hammerlock. And I said, come on, Charlie, let's end this thing. And he says, what, you had enough? I mean, here I am. I got him, I'm beating the daylights out of this guy. And he says to me, you had enough? That's when I knew I was going to have to look out for him.
Male bonding, a constant mystery.
Yeah, well, if I don't look out for him, who will?
Charlie?
Oh, yeah? Well, enough of Charlie.
You can't stay tonight, Harry.
I wasn't planning on staying tonight, but I wasn't planning on leaving just yet either.
You have to leave.
Why?
I just think we should try to control the passion for a while until we know each other.
Look, Sarah, you're either going to have to admit that what we've got here is pretty terrific and probably not all that easy to find.
Or what?
I don't know. You think about it. I'm going home to my kids.
Damn.
He's harassing me, and I want him to stop. Now, I know my rights, Superintendent, and if he continues, I'm going to file so many grievances.
Go right ahead, Mr. Kazmarek, because I'm not going to stop. I'm making you my hobby.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? I want that on the record.
Fine, here, let me write it down for you.
I'm going to bring the union into this.
Gentlemen, please. Thank you, Mr. Kazmarek.
Are you going to do something about this, Mrs. Delvecchio, or am I going to have to go over your head?
I'm going to discuss it with Mr. Danzig right now. If you will just excuse us, Mr. Kazmarek.
I want him off my back. Do you hear? Now!
I want him out.
He's got a point, you know. Don't you think you should be a little more cautious, Joe?
I didn't come here to be cautious. That guy isn't fit to teach.
You know how difficult it is to get rid of a teacher. Could cost the state over $100,000.
Here, let me chip in.
Then there are the arbitration hearings, the unions, the amount of time involved.
I don't care what it takes. One way or another, I'm going to get that man out of my school. Now, either the board supports me or I'm going to do it on my own.
I didn't hear that.
Let me say it again. Louder.
Not really.
Whose side are you on, anyway?
I'm not supposed to be on anybody's side. But I'll tell you something off the record. When it comes down to it, right now, he's got a better case against you than you've got against him.
You ain't nothing but a hound dog. And now in proper English?
You are nothing if not a hound dog.
Very good, Becky. Elvis would be proud of you. All right, something more recent. Come on.
Whip it good.
Devo, yes. Okay, who wants to try it? Whip it well. All right. Good. Now, tonight, I want you to write out your favorite rock song, translate it into absolutely perfect grammar.
Embarrassed myself last night, Harry. I looked like an idiot.
It was my fault. I pushed you. I was wrong.
I get it.
Say, what about the two of us studying together? Just you and me?
No, what good would that do?
It'd do a lot of good. You wouldn't have to be embarrassed.
Harry, I don't need your help.
That's all you do need. It's all you got, Charlie. Take a look around you. You're going down for the third time.
When are you gonna get it through your head? I'm gonna fail, Harry.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna fail.
You're not. Because I'm not gonna let you. Did you hear that, Charlie? I'm not gonna let you.
Are you moving out? Tough break.
He and Julie just don't get along.
Does he know how you feel about him?
Matthew, I'm trying to study here.
Right. I'm sorry. What was the question?
If you mix CO3 with H2O, I mean, the reason I haven't said anything to him is because I'm afraid of being rejected.
Well, that makes sense. That makes sense. You know, what I would suggest is that you look around for other guys. Guys who wouldn't reject you.
And it couldn't have come at a worse time. All this stress because of this test, and now Guy's walking out of my life before he even walked in.
You have to be strong.
I know. And then there's the rent. I have to start advertising.
Advertise? Well, don't even think of it. Would it be okay if I applied? I've been looking for a place for months.
Oh, Matthew, I don't know. Living together and working together, it might create a lot of problems.
Well, it won't, I promise. I'll stay out of your way. You know, you won't even know that I'm there.
I'd have to check with Julie.
She'll love me!
Quiet.
You know, I'm neat as a pin, and I do all my own cooking. And if she brings a guy home, I'll split.
Okay. As soon as Guy finds a place and moves out, you can move in.
Great. Does he need any help? You know that I am free on nights and weekends, and a friend of mine has a U-Haul.
Oh, Harry, oh, wait a minute. What is so funny?
How can that be?
I don't know. Why do I feel so guilty?
Well, come on. We're both adults. We haven't done anything illegal.
Are you sure? It's probably the Jehovah's Witnesses again. I'll get rid of them. Oh, no. Jack, what do you want?
What? I don't want anything. I came for the study group.
Oh, that was last night.
Oh, I could have sworn it was tonight. Is there one tomorrow night?
No. The test is tomorrow, Jack. That's why we all thought we could use a good night's sleep.
Is this where you live? I'd heard you had a few bucks, but... Geez, you should see the crummy place I just bought from Joe Danzig.
Jack, I could really use some sleep.
Hey, Sarah. Who was that?
Barnes? What are you doing here? Why are you dressed like that?
Why am I dressed like this?
Well, we were studying, and Harry...
Dropped some coffee on my clothes.
And so he had to borrow my robe.
You and Sarah? I was right all along. Oh, I am so embarrassed. I've never interrupted a romantic tryst before.
Jack, it's not what you think.
It's only 7 o'clock in the evening, for God's sake. Well, I can see I'm not wanted here. Pardon the interruption.
What is so funny?
You are kidding. Where's your sense of humor, Harry?
Hey, you remember when we were talking about how we never talk?
Yeah.
I want to talk.
Charlie,
You know, he's smart. He didn't have to cheat to become a teacher.
why do you think he did that?
I told you why. He choked.
Maybe he just lacks character, Harry. A lot of people choke. A lot of people freeze. But they cope. They don't get somebody else to do it for them.
So what are you saying? You saying that I should just write the guy off?
Do you ever think maybe that's what's best for him?
No. I'm helping him. I've been coaching him all week. I'm going to help him out of this thing.
Yeah, and then what? What's next? You're gonna help him out of the next thing, and then the next thing, and the next?
I don't know. I'll deal with that when the time comes.
Harry,
Hmm?
I'm tired of talking.
Try the veal piccata. It's pretty good here.
Why am I here, Mr. Danzig?
Peace offering. I figure we're not going to get anywhere by butting heads, so let's unbutt. What do you say?
Fine. But I'd like to make it an early evening. I want to get a good night's sleep before the test tomorrow.
You got it.
Not for me, thanks. I want to be sharp in the morning.
I can understand that. To the test. I'll be honest with you, Mr. Kazmarek. You've got me over a barrel. You're obviously too seasoned for me to push you around. There must be some way for me to get through to you. Nice.
The best way to get through to me, Mr. Danzig, is to let me do my job.
Boy, you sound just like me. That's exactly what I told him down at the board.
Good advice.
Yeah. You sure you don't want a little of this?
Maybe just a touch. Well, that was the end of my military career.
Sergeant's wife. I'm surprised you were court martial.
I was.
No, I got it.
Would you call us a cab? We're in no condition to drive.
What's your hurry? What's your hurry? There's still some left, Benny.
Pour away, pour away. You can see his face, Joe.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A few rules before we begin. You may do scratch work in your book, but not on your answer sheet. Remember, you may not use books, slide rules, dictionaries, or calculators at any time. Anyone doing so will automatically be failed. Those who do fail may apply for retesting with the Board of Education within the next 2 months. On behalf of the Board of Education, I want to wish you the best of luck. Any other questions?
Hold it. Nice try, Danzig.
You have 30 minutes on Section 1. Open your test books and begin work. minutes remaining before the end of the test.
Piece of cake.
Thank you.
I hate you, Butterfield.
Good morning, Mr. Dancy.
Morning, Mr. Danzig.
All right, I knew you could do it.
I owe it all to you.
Oh, I don't know. I just coached you, but brilliantly.
How did you do?
Oh, not as good as you, but I passed.
Oh, I'm sorry. You helped me and then your grade suffered.
It's not a total loss. At least I found an apartment.
How'd you do, Wayne?
Fine. I was never worried.
Right. How am I supposed to read this thing? Where are my glasses?
You did fine, Jack. Not as well as me, but you did fine.
Coming over tonight, Sailor?
You wouldn't want me to, not the way I'm feeling.
What's wrong?
Hey. I couldn't have done it without you, buddy. No, I mean it. You're the best.
That's what's wrong. Hey, Charlie.
Hey!
You're a fraud. You're a liar.
Look, Harriet.
No, hey, give it a rest, will you? I get a little tired of Look Harry's. I need some air.
Harry. Harry, hey, what's the matter with you? Where are you going?
As far away from you as I can get.
I'm a good teacher, Harry. Without me, some of these kids would be no place.
Putting yourself above the rules. What are your morals? What are your values? What do you believe in?
What do I believe in the kids, and I want to teach them.
Yeah, what are you teaching them? How to slide by? How to get an easy
Don't
ride?
give me this. Don't give me this. I can communicate with these kids. They like me. I'm a much better teacher than most of the people who pass that test.
You know what really hurts more than anything, Charlie? You didn't even try.
What are you going to do, turn me in?
I don't know.
What makes you so self-righteous, Harry? We all can't be perfect like you know? You want to turn me in? Go ahead. You turn me in. I don't give a damn.
You know, this is silly. You could take the test over again.
No, Mr. Danzig. That test made me realize exactly how out of touch I am.
Well, at least stay till the end of the term.
No, that would be too painful for me, Mr. Danzig, knowing that I was leaving. Please try to understand.
Well, I'm gonna miss you, Agatha. I'm sorry to see you go.
Don't be. I've had a wonderful career here. All those students, the experiences. There's nothing else I'd rather have been doing with my time. I'm going to miss this school. I have a lot of special memories here.
Here, let me help you with it.
No, that's okay. I walked in here on my own. That's the way I want to walk out. Goodbye, Joe. I've always wanted to call you that.
So long, Aggie. Kazmarek, take a look.
At what?
There goes a good teacher.
She failed the test, Mr. Danzig.
Yeah, I know. But she cares.
Yeah, this is what I thought. A loose starter wire. Let's just let her warm up, okay?
He did it again, didn't he?
I can't fool you, Sarah. I hate that about you. How could he do that?
How could he do all the things he did when you were kids together?
We were kids.
Not everybody grows up, Harry. Gonna turn him in?
Why should I? You were right. Not his keeper. It's not my problem. It's Charlie's.
How do you figure that?
He's got to live with what he did.
have a feeling he'll manage.
You want me to turn him in, don't you?
Oh, I didn't say that.
Let me ask you something. If it was me, would you turn me in?
You wouldn't do it.
Together they walked toward.
Toward, Miss Hemphill. Toward.
Toward the sea. The old man and the boy fished.
Not fish-ed. Fished. 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 Say it.
Fished.
Again.
Fished.
Again.
I said it 3 times already. Why are you picking on me?
Who's picking on who, Miss Hemphill? You think it's easy listening to the English language being slaughtered?
I'm doing the best I can.
Well, it's not good enough. Again.
No.
I said again!
No.
When you're finished, we'll continue.
Mr. Kazmarek, may I speak to you for a minute? In private.
I know what you're thinking, Mr. Danzig, but you're seeing it out of context.
Get out.
What?
You heard me. Get out.
You don't really think you're going to get away with this, do you?
For now, I do. Now, either you leave this room this instant, or I'm gonna throw you out. It's okay, Miss Hemphill. Please continue. It's all right. Take it back a little.
Together they walked toward the sea. The old man and the boy fished together many times.
Good.
But today was a very
Sound it out.
Special day.
That's right.
Today, the old man would be going out alone. The boy would not be going with him.
Boy, this is heavier than I thought.
Thank God I am so incredibly strong, huh? Well, goodbye, Julie. Even though we had disagreements, I will miss you.
Goodbye, Kate.
Have a nice life.
Goodbye, Mary Kate. Oh, it was fun. I want you to take good care of yourself. You too. Well, Matthew, it was nice meeting you.
Wait a minute. Why are we saying goodbye?
I just happened to find an apartment in the East Village.
So I can stay.
Isn't it wonderful?
Yeah,
All right.
wonderful.
Well, you guys, so long.
Bye-bye, Julie.
Hey, Julie, are you sure?
So we are going to be like 3 peas in a pod, no? Tonight, I make you dinner and I tell you all about my life. Well, we better go now. We don't want the grass to grow under our shoes. Do you like stuffed lamb's testicles, Matthew?
You know, I can make meatloaf.
Simpson, Harris, what are you guys doing?
Nothing, Mr. Barnes. I just dropped my paper and Harris handed it back to me.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Are you gonna flunk us, Mr. Barnes?
If I don't, I gotta look the other way. Can't look the other way, fellas. I just thought you should be the first one to know. Joe around? He's in his office. Can I talk with you a minute, Joe?
Up next in TV land, LA's heroic paramedics come to the rescue on Emergency from executive producer Jack Webb.
You're correct.
Stay tuned.
Sit, Ubu, sit. Good dog.